కలపండుతూ ఉండదు లేదంటే సందులో
form page form component names must match with model class property names. This is also cool na guys. Okay, tell me guys, we can take different types of properties in model class. Same properties are different types of properties are different types of properties because the data binding process, what guys, the data binding process converts the form page. But guys, the form page supplied. Form page supplies always string values now, boss. Form page always supplies the string values. What do you say, boss? Form page supplies string values to form page supplied string values to tell me what. Okay, appropriate values as required in the model class. As required in the model class. Are you comfortable, guys? Okay, that's the next one, guys. Next one. Right. We need to take. Tell me. We need to take at the rate model attribute. Dispatcher servlet to bind given form based data into model class object. Given form based data into model class object. For example, let us assume this is my form page. This is my name SADD average. Here is my submit button. Okay. Yeah, what is the property name, guys? ESN. Here, what is the property name? Yes name. What is the property name? SADD. What is the property name? Average. Yeah, how does the model class looks, guys? How does the equivalent model class looks? The equivalent model class looks like this. Tell me. Class how does the equivalent model class looks, guys? Class. What is this? Student. Okay. Yeah, better to take public class student. Public class student. Tell me. Private. Yeah, better to take wrapper types, boss. Better to take wrapper types. Why? Simple int holds 0 as the default value. And wrapper type integer holds what? Null. Null means no value will be displayed. 0 means 0 will be displayed. Array, null means no value. That's good, na, boss? Okay. And in the database insertion also, if no value is given, SNY inserts 0 to the table column. If integer is there, if no value is given, null will be there. That time no value will be inserted to the table. So that's why wrapper types are good. Always prefer taking properties as the wrapper type. Private string SADD. Private float average. Here are my what, guys? Setters and getters. Array, Java Bean will have a setter methods and getter methods or not? Okay, and Java Bean can have a toString method also. What method? toString method. Observe very carefully. How many text boxes? 4. How many properties? 4. What are the proper text box name? SNO, SNAME, SADD average. Matching na boss. Here all of them give string values, but they will be automatically converted into store into what? Displays or not? They will be automatically converted into store into displays or not? Come on. Okay, boss. How does we should take this one? How does we should take this one? Okay, controller class handler method. Controller class handler method. Controller class handler method. Tell me how does it looks? Public string. Here what is this? Okay, register student something, whatever it is. Register student. Fine. Yeah, at the rate model attribute stud. At the rate model attribute stud. Here is my student st. Model attribute student st. Yeah. Now tell me guys, generally form sends what mode request guys? Post mode request. Then what should I do? Request mapping value is equal to /register method is equal to tell me, request method dot post guys. Yeah, this you have to specify mode of the request guys. Generally form page sends post mode request guys. Here we should write the processing class, whatever it is, processing class. So now this what guys, this holds the form data. Ultimately what it will do guys, yeah, this holds the form data. Okay, holds the form data, definitely holds the form data. Are you getting my point? Yeah, let us assume I placed 1001. Name Rajesh, address Hyderabad, average 90.67. Clear guys? Super. Now tell me here what is that? Tell me that what is that? Student object st. Yeah, what is the property guys? What is the property? SNO, SNAME, SADD average. SNO, what will be there? 1001. SNAME, Rajesh. SADD, Hyderabad. Average 90.67. What dot 67 guys? 90.67. Super boss. Are you listening my statement guys? Are you with me? Yeah, like this form data will be stored here or not? When you click on submit button, because of this code, the form data will be stored here. Yeah, this is a D point guys. Next, E point. The request path of handler method should be taken as action URL in the form page. That means action attribute value of form page. And the form page should send what guys? Post mode request. Now listen. Array, this is student.html. What .html? Student.html. Yeah, this resistor should be taken as action attribute value or not. If we take as a form, action is equal to resistor. Action is equal to resistor. Method is equal to post. Are you with me, guys? Action is equal to resistor. Method is equal to post. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Yeah, this is post. This is post. Okay. Yeah. Then only when form is submitted, how does it know? The submitted request should go to this, should go to this, should go to this method only. How does it know? There will be somewhere some specification or not. Alexa, activate class. How does it know it should go to this only? This and this should be there, guys. This and this should be matched. Right, boss. Next. Number F point, guys. Yeah. Okay. We can design form page using traditional HTML tags, HTML form tags. Form tags like what is this? Form, input, and etc. tags. But it is not recommended. But it is not recommended. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Is it recommended, guys? It is seriously not recommended. It is seriously not recommended. It is not recommended. Why, sir? Because these tags support only one-way binding. Only one-way binding. That means form data can be written to model class object, but reverse is not possible. Reverse is not possible. Reverse is not possible. Are you listening my statement, guys? Okay. For that, for two-way binding support, take the support of Spring MVC supplied JSP form tags. What, guys? JSP form tags. Okay. So I'm trying. Okay. JSP support. Right. Next one. Two-way binding means what, guys? Two-way binding means, tell me. Form data can be written to model class object, and model class object can be displayed as the initial values in the form. Can be displayed as the initial values in the form. Can be displayed as the initial values in the form. Are you listening my statement, guys? Got the clarity, guys? Come on. Comfortable, guys? Got the clarity, boss? Are you comfortable, guys? Understanding my statement, my dear? Got the clarity, boss? Yeah, two-way binding. Spring supplied MVC tag support, two-way binding. Understanding my statement? Okay. See, when form is launched, whatever initial values are there in the student object, I want to see them as initial value. For example, while designing this model class, SIDD is equal to Hyderabad, I have taken. SADD is equal to Hyderabad, I have taken. When form page is displayed, Hyderabad will come as initial value or not? The Hyderabad will come as the initial value or not? I want reply, boss. The value Hyderabad will come as initial value or not? I want reply. Yeah, that is model class object to form binding, right? Model class object to form binding. Next, when form is submitted, the same form text box values will be written to what? Student class object. This is form data to what? Model class object. This is second binding. First binding is model class object to form page. Okay, for that purpose, we should use which tags, guys? Spring supplied MVC tags or my own JSP tags? I must use spring supplied JSP tags, right? Okay. Yeah, now listen, guys. Note from Spring MVC 4.x, Spring MVC 4.x, we can use @get mapping and @post mapping annotations as alternate to @request mapping annotation. What annotation? @request mapping annotation. Understanding my statement, guys? As alternate to @request mapping annotation. Are you comfortable, my dear? Got the clarity? Come on. Okay. Annotation. Okay. Annotation by specifying request method. By specifying request method. Okay, like what is this? Request method dot get, request method dot post. Array, see boss, I want to use request mapping as a post mapping. Then I have to mention what? Request method post na. And if you don't mention any more, the default is what? Get mode request na. Why to mention that? It's better to go for @get mapping, @post mapping na, boss. Okay, now listen. @get mapping /path equal to @request mapping. Sorry. @request mapping. Understanding my statement, guys? @request mapping value is equal to /path. Method is equal to tell me, request method dot get. Clear? Okay. Yeah. There is no need of writing get separately. This is the meaning. But Spring MVC 4.x onwards, this provision has come. Earlier it was not there. Here is what? Post mapping, Rabab. Post mapping. Tell me. @request mapping path request method dot post. Request method dot post. Yeah. Yeah, this is one more point, guys. Next, one more note. With these points are over, one by one I will release. Slowly we will learn, not an issue. Note, while working with form page, we need to take two handler methods. Two handler methods in controller class. Number one, handler method one, get mode request handler method. Get mode request handler method. What is, guys? To launch form base by getting get mode request. Array, when you click on hyperlink, form page should be launched. So clicking on hyperlink is get mode request only, na? Next, post mode request. Post mode request handler method to process the form page submission. Form page submission. Tell me, guys. This should take care of. This should take care of. Tell me, guys. This should take care of putting model class object initial values in a model class object default values or model class object initial data as the initial values of form base. As the initial values of form base. Next, guys, post mode request handler method to process the form page submission. This should take care of. This should take care of. Tell me, guys. Form submission and forms. This should take care of binding form data into model class object data. Form data into model class object data. Clear, my dear? One is get mode request, one is post mode request. Everyone got the clarity? Okay. Shall we go for the actual story, boss? Yeah. Let's go for actual story. Okay. Tell me here, what is this? Here is my dispatcher circuit. DS dispatcher circuit. DS nothing but dispatcher circuit. This is my request mapping handler mapping. Request mapping handler map. Got it, my dear? Super. Request mapping handler. Yes, guys. Here is my HTTP localhost. Port number is what? 2525. Right. Our application is what, guys? MVC pros. Let us assume. MVC pros 03. MVC pros 03. What is that, guys? Resistor. What is that? Resistor. What is the mode of the request when hyperlink generates the request, guys? The mode of the request is always get mode request, right? Hyperlink generated request is what? Mode of the request is get mode request. Please, guys, I hope you know these points. Okay, tell me. Hyperlink generates get mode request. Yes, boss. Hyperlink generates get mode request. Next one. Form page can generate. No mode specified, default is get. Form pose can generate get or post mode request. Form page can generate get or post mode request, guys. Right, guys. Tell me. URL typed in browser address bar. Browser address bar generates what mode request? Get mode request. The URL typed in browser address bar also generates which mode request, guys? Get mode request. Come on, comfortable, guys? Got the clarity? Right, boss. Now focus. This is giving me get mode request. Tell me, guys. Public class student operations controller. Please listen carefully. Tell me. Public string. Tell me. Public string show form. Show form is my method. At the rate model attribute stud st. At the rate model attribute stud st. Cool. Return LVN. Return logical unit. Return student underscore results. Register. Yeah, this is my first method, Rababu. This is my first method. Right. At the rate get mapping slash register. At the rate get mapping slash register. Now tell me next one. At the rate controller. Right now, boss? At the rate controller. Here is my internal resource view resolver. Right now, boss? Under this, what will be there? Prefix. What will be there, guys? Prefix slash webinf slash webinf slash pages slash. What is the suffix, guys? Suffix is .js. Right, boss. Now tell me. Here I have a model class. This is my model class. Here I am taking separately model class, guys. Yeah, model class. What is the model class? Yeah, here is what? Public class model. Sorry, not model, student. Public class student, right? Public class student. Tell me. Private integer SNO. I'll take simple properties. Yes name, private float average. Setters and getters, right? Setters and getters. Here is my toString method. Here is my toString method. Yes, boss. This is my model. Super, guys. We are having this. And same model class I am using here. Okay. In fact, I should write student testing. Only not ST, student testing. Got it, boss? Student ST. Cool. Super cool. Now tell me here form page, Rabab. What is my form page? student underscore, tell me, register register.jsp, where guys, webinf/pages folder, webinf/pages folder. Shall we observe this? Nice. Tell me. Now tell me guys, Spring MVC supplied some tag libraries having tags, form tags. And that name is form tags only guys. And every tag library is identified with its tag URI. Array, see, listen. If you want to use Spring Bean namespace, Spring Bean configuration file namespace, we are importing the namespace by specifying namespace URL or not? By specifying namespace URL or not? Check it out. Okay. Array, we are importing this XML file by specifying namespace URL. What do you say, guys? Are you specifying namespace URL or not? Are we definitely specifying namespace URL? What do you say, my dear? src main web app, webinf, dispatcher-servlet.xml. Every namespace is identified with its URL or not, guys? Every namespace is identified with its URL. What do you say? Definitely is identified with its URL, right? Yeah, similarly, some JSP knowledge is required. Tag lib URI. Okay, that is a fixed, guys. Okay, something will be there. I will give dynamically later. Prefix is equal to FR. Prefix is equal to FR. Or I can give my choice prefix. I can give my choice prefix. XYZ I can. XYZ I can. Tell me. FRM colon form. Method is equal to post. Action is equal to register. Model attribute is equal to what, guys? Model attribute is equal to stud. Array, this stud should match. Otherwise, how does it know which model class object data it should use while displaying text boxes, right? And when you click on submit button, how does it know? It should bind the data to which model class object. Model attribute is equal to stud. Okay, here is my word. Student number. Student number. Are you with me, guys? Yeah. FRM colon input path is equal to SN. Yeah. Please remember, property name and this path attribute value should match. What is property name, guys? SN. What is the path attribute value? SN. Next. Student name. FRM colon input. Path is equal to S name. Next. Student average. FRM colon input. Path is equal to average. Path is equal to average. Next. What is this? Input type is equal to submit. Input type is equal to submit. Tell me. Value is equal to register. There is no tag. There is no tag alternate for this. Am I using traditional HTML tags or Spring MVC supplied tags? Form colon form, FRM colon input. All these are Spring MVC supplied tags. These are not regular tags, boss. These are what? Not traditional. Why? What is the specialty of these tags, guys? is output. Form page output. How many text boxes? 3 text boxes. SNO, SNAME, SAD. Here is my submit button. Today I am teaching half part only. Another. When you click on submit button, what happens? That I will take up in tomorrow's session, right? Okay. Student number. Next, student name. Student name. Next, student average. Student average. Okay, let us assume here I wantedly kept average is equal to default average as 15.0f. 15.0f. Got it? Now listen, what happened? This generating which mode request, guys? Get mode request. Yeah. Not A, we will give number 1. What mode request, my dear? Get mode request. Who traps and takes the request? Dispatcher servlet. Okay. Handovers to whom? Handler mapping. Handler mapping searches for the handler method. Number 4. Found or not found? Yes, found. What is this? Register. Get mode request. This is what mode request, guys? Get mode request. Come on. Get mode request. Here also get mode request. Matching or not matching? Definitely matching, boss. That signature comes to whom, guys? Dispatcher servlet. Number 5. Alexa, activate class. Super. That signature comes to this, guys. Invokes this method. But before invoking method, what it observed in the signature, guys? Model attribute student ST. Model attribute student ST. It has noticed model attribute student ST now, boss. It has noticed model attribute student ST. What do you say, guys? Yes. Model attribute student ST. Yeah, ST was student object is created. Yeah, tell me here. SNO null. Why null? Array wrapper type, na? That's why SNO null. Next. SNAME null. Average 15.0. Right, boss. Created na, boss. This object creation is done. This is number 6. Array before calling method, arranging all the objects that is required. This activity happened because of this or not? This activity happened because of this, right? Okay. Clarity will come. Because of this object is created. Yeah, having this object as argument, this method is called or not? Yes, method is called. Having this object as argument, this method is called. 7 Rava. Okay, 7. It returns logical view name. 8 Rava. That logical view name goes to dispatcher servlet. 9 Ra 9. Come on. 9. It goes to view resolver. Rava. 10. Yeah, then it prepares view object. What object? It prepares view object having logical view name, right? It prepares view object having logical view name. /webinf slash pages. Yeah, what is this? Student underscore register.js. But guys, student underscore register.js. Are you understanding my statement, guys? This is 10. This is 11. This view object goes to whom, guys? Dispatcher servlet 12. Goes to whom? Dispatcher servlet 12. After that, what next, guys? It will display the form page or not? This will display the form page on the browser. 13. Tell me what happened. This SNO will try to hold what value? SNO property value, null, null, empty, empty. Yes name, null, null, empty. Average, average, 15. Only here 15 value will be holded or not? Only here 15 will be displayed or not? As usually here register will come or not? As usually register will come. I hope you thoroughly understood up to this. Okay, I repeat one more time. What happens when you click on submit button? Binding aware model map will be created only when you take map parameter. Saurabh Shukla. Is it map or model attribute? It is model attribute. Okay, binding aware model map is created when parameter type is map, right? Clear? Okay. Right. Can I repeat the flow, guys? Number 1, gives initial request. Who traps and takes the request? Dispatchers. Handovers the request to handler mapping. I think MVC flow is there in your blood or not? Okay. Handler mapping goes to whom? Searches for the handler method. Register get mapping. Yes. Collect the controller class details, handler method signature, gives to dispatcher servlet. Dispatcher servlet notices what, guys? At the rate model attribute in the parameter of the handler method. So now at the rate model attribute it notices, not the map. At the rate model attribute it has notice. That's why it creates the student object or not. It literally solidly creates the student object or not. Come on. It literally solidly creates the new. It literally solidly creates the student object or not. I want reply. Are you understanding my statement, boss? Got the clarity, boss? Next one. Creates the object. This is created. Then calls the method called. Having student object. Okay, fine. I'm not modifying anything, right? Returns logical view name. Goes to dispatcher servlet. That goes to view resolver. View resolver gives view object. View object goes to dispatcher servlet. And dispatcher servlet try to display the form page. In that process, what happens, guys? This form page will be displayed or not displayed? Definitely this form page will be displayed. Are you comfortable, my dear? Got the clarity, guys? This is only first part, but the most important thing is, okay, 5, with respect to diagram. With respect to diagram. Because I have to explain important points of this. Yeah, with respect to diagram. Because remaining all our names same, Rababu. 5. 4 and 5. Because these two are important. The handler mapping component. What is that? Handler mapping component searches for the handler method that can process get mode request having the request path / register, having the request path / register. Comfortable, guys? Having the request path / register. Okay, and takes relevant controller class bean id and handler method signature nothing but show form right now, boss. To ds take and gives to ds next number 6 about number 6 ds notices at the rate model attribute stud student st as the param in controller class. In the controller class. Are you listening my statement, guys? In the controller class. Comfortable, boss? In the controller class. So, creates student object having request scope. Or it will be kept in request scope only, because form data may change request to request, na boss. Yes, request scope. Number 7, DS calls show form handler method having model class object, nothing but student class object as the argument value. Next, number 8. Okay, guys. Number 8. That remaining all are normal, Babu. What is most important thing is, see guys, what is the name? Stud. Yeah, here also what is there? Stud. Scope data is what? Model attribute name is what? ATTR name, stud. Both are matching or not matching? Both are matching. So while displaying form page, number 30. What is number 13, boss? Okay. DS sends the request to physical view component /webinf/pages student_register.js. Okay. where Spring Web MVC tags are used. Where Spring Web MVC tags are used. So what happens, guys? Where Spring Web MVC tags are used. So form data will be used by specifying the stud as the model attribute name. So what happens, guys? Displays the form page having displays the form page model class object data as the what is that form component values. So displays the form page having model class object data as the form component values. Form component initial values. I hope you convinced, guys. Come on. Okay. No, you have to take @model attribute. This is different. Subramanyam. That is for shared memory. This is for binding. Shared memory for data rendering. This is for form data binding to Java class object. Yeah, when you click on submit button, what happens? That I will take up in tomorrow's class. Right. Thank you, guys. Have a nice day.